Relatives of the 18 coal miners who died on October 28, 2014 in a major accident in the town of Ermenek attempted to attack some of the suspects on trial during a tense first hearing on Monday. The trial is being held at the Ermenek High Criminal Court in the Central Anatolian province of Karaman. The Ermenek mining accident left 18 people trapped underground after the mine was flooded with water that failed to drain from one of the shafts. On November 8, 2014, police detained 7 people on suspicion of negligence. Engineers, the owner of the mining company and 2 senior officials at the mine are among the suspects. Saffet Uyar, the owner of the Ermenek Şekerler Mining Limited coal mine, was arrested on November 10. The hearing began amid tension as relatives of the deceased miners attempted to physically attack the suspects about to stand trial in the courtroom. 16 suspects are being tried, 3 of whom are under arrest. When the 3 suspects were brought to the courtroom, a group of the victims' relatives attempted to physically attack them, shouting, "You bring these murderers in front of us without any shame." Due to the tension, the judge decided to have the suspects removed. Apart from Uyar, Abdullah Azbey, a top executive at the Ermenek Lignite Coal Ltd. company, and a technical supervisor, Ali Kurd, are also being tried while incarcerated. The Ermenek Chief Public Prosecutor's Office is seeking prison terms of between 20 to 25 years for the suspects on charges of committing multiple murders by conscious negligence. As the court hearing got underway, victims' relatives claimed that some of the suspects offered them money in return for withdrawing their complaints against them. After the tension in the courtroom subsided, the prosecutor started to read the indictment. The prosecutor stated that many collapses had taken place in an old part of the mine before the accident, but the engineers had fortified the area while the work continued in the mine. Emphasizing that those responsible for health and safety had failed to take the necessary precautions in the mine despite the risk in the danger area, the prosecutor added that the old part collapsed and the water inside flooded the mine at lunchtime when the miners were positioned in different parts of the mine. The prosecutor said some of the miners were able to survive while the others were trapped in the mine and died. Claims of negligence have been leveled as some say water inside the mine had not been drained on time, which caused the flooding. According to regulations, the water should have been drained every other week. The prosecutor also stated that the mine didn't have a hydrogen sulfide measuring instrument, which led to the miners being informed of the collapse very late, adding that the mine didn't have an alarm system despite it being a legal requirement. Because there was no alarm system, the miners who were located far from the place where the collapse took place did not understand the seriousness of the accident and thus they did not immediately evacuate the mine, the prosecutor read in the indictment. Yavuz Asoy, a suspect released pending trial, testified at the hearing. During his testimony, Asoy said he observed that the water trickled through many parts of the mine during his inspections. This was natural water. It can be drunk and it smelled bad. That is why I did not think it would create any serious problem in the future, Asoy said. Second Soma hearing postponed until Tuesday. Elsewhere, the second hearing of 45 suspects being held responsible for the notorious 2014 coal mine blast that left 301 miners dead in the Turkish district of Soma began on Monday. However, the Akhisar High Criminal Court postponed the hearing until Tuesday, after the lawyers for the complainants objected to the representation of more than one suspect by a lawyer. The court ruled each of the suspects to be represented by one lawyer. Nationalist Movement Party, MHP, Deputy Zainal Boks, who is representing one of the complainants in the trial, spoke to reporters after the hearing. A lawyer is representing more than one suspect. One lawyer is defending even 5 or 6 suspects. The court ruled that a lawyer can represent just one suspect, he said. The lawyers already decided which suspect they will represent. Those suspects without a lawyer asked for additional time to hire a lawyer. Thus, the court decided to postpone the hearing by a day. The second session of the second hearing will be held at 9:00 a.m. on Tuesday. Prosecutors are seeking to proceed with first-degree murder charges against Soma Holding Board Chairman Ken Gurkan and the other 7 senior officials, while prison terms of between 32 months and 20 years are being sought for 8 other company employees on charges ranging from homicide to conscious negligence. On May 13, 2014, Turkey was shocked by an explosion and blaze at a coal mine in the western town of Soma that killed 301 miners and left many others injured. A fire that started in the mine rapidly depleted oxygen in the shaft, causing hundreds of miners to die of carbon monoxide poisoning.